The notes in this lesson will cover section 2.3 and chapter 4 in your textbook. Make sure you pause the video at any time if you need to take more time to write down the information. So before you take the notes, make sure you have your blue notes packet available so you can copy down all of the slides. All right, I'm going to go into present mode so you can see these a little better. All right, so on the periodic table, these are the 4 things that are shown in each box on the periodic table. So the atomic number is usually listed above the symbol. The atomic number identifies the element, and it also identifies the number of protons in the element, which we'll discuss more in a bit. The symbol is usually in the middle. It's usually a 1 or 2 letter symbol. The name is on top. And then this number at the bottom represents the average atomic mass, which is also referred to just as atomic mass. This is an average of all of the isotopes of carbon. So in the next set of notes, you will learn what that is and how to calculate it. For now, you just have to know what each piece of information on the periodic table represents. So the periodic table is arranged in groups and periods. So groups are vertical columns on the periodic table. Verticals, columns go up and down. And one thing about elements in the same group is that they share similar physical and chemical properties. So all the elements in a vertical column usually will share similar physical and chemical properties. The other classification on the periodic table is a period. Periods are horizontal rows, so periods go from left to right. So on your periodic table in the notes, make sure that you label that groups are vertical and the periods are horizontal. All right, so here's 3 questions for you to think about. I want you to make sure that you think about these and process and try to figure out the answer on your own before we check the key in a few minutes or on the next slide. So if you need to pause for a few minutes to process and make sure you answer the question, please be sure to do so. So the first question lists 2 elements that have similar properties as potassium. Question number 2 lists 2 elements that have similar properties as sulfur. And question number 3, of these elements listed, circle the 2 elements that have similar properties. So again, take a second, pause the video, look at your periodic table, take your best guess, and then unpause to check your answers. All right, here are your answers with a little explanation. So for question 1, potassium is in group 1A, so elements like sodium, lithium, rubidium, cesium, and francium all will share similar properties as potassium. The only one that does not is hydrogen. Hydrogen is in group 1A, but all the elements in group 1A are metals, and hydrogen is not a metal. Hydrogen actually doesn't really fit anywhere on the periodic table, but it's a light gas and it only has 1 proton, so they put it at the beginning. So hydrogen is in group 1A, but it does not share the properties with the other elements. So that is one exception that you'll have to be careful of and watch out for. Question 2, list 2 elements that have similar properties as sulfur. Sulfur is in group 6A, so elements like oxygen, selenium, tellurium will all share similar properties as sulfur. And then question 3, calcium and barium are the 2 elements in this list that will end up sharing similar properties because they are both in group 2A.